There we go. It's a little late, but I appreciate you all coming. So who was here at PAX South last year? Raise your hand. Oh my gosh, so many people. So you guys don't know what this show's about. Who wasn't here last year? Obviously the people that didn't raise their hand. And who was here 2 years ago, 2018? Okay, wow, still a lot. Okay.
Fans, all right.
Awesome, good stuff, good stuff. Well, for those of you that don't know, we are going to be doing a panel here called Sound Design Live, where we are going to recreate a video game sound. And yeah, we're going to be using props from the audience. So I hope you guys brought your best props. And yeah, we're just going to kind of flex some sound design skills here. My name's Ryan, and this is Chris.
I'm Chris.
That's Chris.
Yes.
And today, we are going to be recreating a sound effect from League of Legends. We did not work on the sounds for League of Legends, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to show it off. So to give an idea of how sound design works, basically we record sounds, we process the sounds, and if it's part of a game development process, we integrate the sounds. But I think it's a lot easier to kind of show off the process than to really explain it. So I'll just show you a quick demonstration here. Oops. So you can kind of get an idea for the process there. Basically, we just record, design, and then it sounds good. Real easy. All right. That's the whole panel. Thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Hooray, hooray for us all.
Okay, but for real. So yeah, we're going to do that today, but except we're going to record you guys in the audience. So I'm going to kind of just go over the sound a little bit here. This is the one that we made. This is one that we made from scratch, or this exact sound that we made here. We have the version here. And this is a little bit different because we decided to replace one small element, but we can break it down into a few different parts. We can break it down by layers. So we have the water splashes sounds. We have a metal pan being hit. And on this one, we decided to do something where we cut out the lower frequencies and boost the higher frequencies. That's called an equalizer. And then we also have another layer of the same exact thing, but with the sounds on with something called a low-pass filter. You see how it's the opposite? Isn't that cool? Anywho, this is an equalizer. Anywho. And then we have a cool effect where we reverse sounds. That's pretty cool. And then we have this was one that was not shown in the video, but we have this water being poured on a hot grill and it kind of evaporated immediately. And that kind of creates something called white noise. And white noise is something to fill out the frequency spectrum of a sound effect. See how it sounds kind of empty? And then once we add the white noise, feels nice and full. You guys feel that? Cool. All right. So, well, actually, before we get into this sound, I just want to show you guys what we made last year at PAX South. This is the monstrosity that was created. We added a laugh track to it. Doesn't that sound great? So look forward to that. So yeah, I think we can get started, yeah?
Probably.
Cool, let's do it. So how this is going to work is we are going to have you guys just hold up random objects in the audience, and then I'm going to call you guys up on stage. And then, Jacobson, put that business card away right now. Anywho, that's an inside joke.
Later.
Yeah, we'll explain it later. But yeah, if you just hold up random objects that you have, we want to go over like a little concept that we have called thematic sound design. So because if you look at Nautilus here, what do you see in the animation if I'm to mute all of these sounds? Just shout some stuff out. Water, good. Metal, good. What? Impacts, very good, very good. So these are limitations to help us create a sound effect when we're making sounds. So when we see something like water or metal, then the thought process goes, okay, well, if the character in the game is made of water or metal, then we're going to record water and metal. Very good, everybody.
Jesus.
Anywho, so yeah, just with those limitations, we are going to be looking for those different kinds of thematic sounds. So why don't we start with a water source recording? Or actually, the last one is white noise too. So we will need that at some point. But let's start with water first. You know what? Do you want to come on up? Yeah, come on up. Chris, do you mind helping me with this?
Yeah, does that thing work?
Does this thing? Hello.
Hey.
Thank you. Okay, so when we're recording sound effects, one of the most important things is, first off, you have to point the microphone at the thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically the idea behind when you're recording any sort of sound effect is you are going to just do everything and anything that you think you can do with a sound effect. So if it involves pouring it all over yourself, which I do not advise you do and please don't do, that's an option that you could do. Or you could just shake it in place or whatever, or you could pour some water from that, and that would be could be a good source for our thematic sound design for the water. So yeah. Oh, there you go.
Hey, no.
Limitations, creative juices flowing, very good. Do you want headphones for that, or probably help actually? Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah. Right there. So yeah, basically, I would say that if we're going to start with this, we have something called envelopes when we're making sound effects, and an envelope is basically when we call it an attack and a release. The attack of a sound effect is the very start of a sound effect, and it's everything okay? Okay, cool.
Don't mind me.
Okay, cool. When we have, at the start of a sound effect, we call that the attack. So something like these sounds here, these have a fast attack. Oh, you're right. Thank you. So, yeah, would you like a job at Blipsounds? So basically, with those sounds there, because they're impact sounds, they have a fast attack. So you can look at the attack as like how relatively slow or fast they might move. So where something like a whoosh sound effect would be relatively slower in the attack. Or you might have a whoosh sound effect that cuts off very abruptly, and that would be a fast release. Whereas a whoosh sound that tapers out, or a sound like this, that tapers out, would have a slow release as well. So with that, we want to get, these are a lot of impact sounds. So for that, we want to get like pretty aggressive, just like water shaking sounds. So like something consistent like a pouring sound wouldn't work as well. Something like that would be perfect, absolutely. So why don't we go ahead? So if you could just do like one individual shake. Do that 3 more times. 1 more time. There we go, thank you. What was your name?
Delaney.
Delaney, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Delaney. Very fun. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on recording stuff until we basically feel like it's time. Why don't we get a metal source recording? Yeah, whatever that is, come on up. just sign, yeah, come on. Hi there, what's your name?
Jay.
Jay. Ryan,
Hello.
nice to meet you. What are these?
Lunch or tuna?
Oh, you have tuna, great.
I guess the theme is about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's water, technically, so like, I guess that kind of works.
This is great.
Is it like, okay, I see.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
aluminum packaging.
yeah, aluminum packages of tuna. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Why not? Yeah, okay, let's roll with it. And the same thing as before, where there are a lot of impacts, so we want really fast attacks on the sound effects.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so we got a metal source recording and we got a water source recording. Now we need a noise recording. Do we have anybody? Yeah, you there, come on up. What's your name?
Logan.
Logan. Nice to meet you, Logan. So what do you have there?
I have this card I found.
You have a card you found. Okay, very good. So if you could, I think we're going to use that for the white noise, and we're going to tear it.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that. You want me to be like aggressive?
Yeah, do it aggressively. Yeah.
It's okay.
They're very sturdy business cards, apparently.
Very nice.
Oh, very nice. Good. Perfect. Thank you so much. And if you don't mind, could you hand those to the gentleman right there on your way down? Appreciate it. Round of applause for Logan.
I love it.
Okay, so I think we can continue on with the source recordings. Why don't we go ahead and get another water source recording? I want something more unique than a water bottle, though.
Does anyone have a camelback?
Does anybody have a camelback? I see an umbrella back there. Come on up. It's not water, but we're going to find a way to use it. Why not? How's your guys' packs going so far? Cool.
All right, 4 out of 10. I
Four
like
to-
it.
yeah, I like it too. Yeah. Hi there. What's your name?
Samantha.
Samantha. I'm Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Fun fact, umbrellas are used to make wing flapping sounds. So like if you have a dragon and you open and close it fast, it'll make like a wing flapping sound. Very cool. We don't have a dragon, but we're going to find a way to use this somehow. So why don't we go ahead and do like the opening and closing fairly quickly.
Okay.
Why don't we just do a little, just open it quickly. Oh, that's perfect, just like that. Let's do that like 4 times.
Okay.
Let's do it like 2 more times. Perfect, thank you so much, appreciate it. Okay, so there's another form of white noise that we can get, actually, that I just thought of. This is actually going to be a crowd participation thing. We're going to have everybody, well, first off, white noise is used to fill out all of the frequencies in the frequency spectrum when we create a sound effect. So it's useful to have all of these high sounds, all these low sounds, but then all of them kind of just fill out their own individual frequencies in the frequency spectrum. But then there comes a point where we kind of need to blend those together. You can kind of think of white noise as the colors in a coloring book, while the other source recordings are the lines and the shapes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys all go shh at the same time to create the white noise. And actually, we're going to use a different microphone capsule for this, if I could. And then let's take this guy off. Yeah. So this here is called a shotgun microphone, and a shotgun microphone is used to record very directional sounds. So if I point this over here and there's somebody talking over here, it'll be more likely just to collect their sounds. And then as I move it, it'll start to kind of dampen the sounds that are over in that direction based off of where this is pointing. And then this one here is called an XY pair, which is used to record stereo sounds, and it creates a more interesting sort of soundscape, I should say. I don't really know how else to explain it other than until we really listen to it, but maybe we can do a comparison when we get to it. So, Chris, why don't you just point that at the audience?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to hold my hand like this, and when I open them, all of you go shh at the same time. Okay? Ready? You guys, I didn't put my hand up like that. Come on. All right, thank you guys so much. Okay, and somebody had, actually, we need an impact sound. That might be a good one to get in there. So, is that a switch case? Yeah, oh, and a boot? Yeah, bring them both. Oh, that's fine, bring them both up. That's fine.
Don't put it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to stick back to that.
What is that? Yeah. You know to turn off the thing? Okay, cool. That's fine. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Kat.
Nice to meet you. So it's a Sheikah slate case. Okay, cool. I don't want to damage the switch, so why don't we move the switch? Yeah. I would feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what we'll do is what do you think we should do?
Oh, we could close it real quick?
There you go, perfect. Get that get that impact sound. Very good. So yeah, let's roll with that. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, okay, let's get another water source recording. What do you got? The water here? Okay, why don't you come on up?
No, it's not this. We do this one.
How are we gonna do this?
What water did they give you?
Quite a bit. Are you? I mean,
Full?
are-
Here, just pour it into this. Here you go.
oh wait, no, I got an idea. Why don't we have you drinking the water?
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
You want some slurpy glorpy? drink?
Just some slurpy glorpy drinking.
Like
Sure. Let's do that.
You want swallows or sipping?
Just sips. That's fine.
Buckle up. I'll make them sloppy sips.
Thank you.
All right, you ready? Oh, I got a good swallow in there too.
Very good. Thank you.
Nice.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Can I have this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dave,
Good to see you.
that was good.
Yeah, that was actually turned out pretty well. You did a really good job of like acting it, I guess. Like it was because there's a certain energy that you have to put into when you're like doing recordings and such, and
Covered the whole spectrum.
covered the whole spectrum exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get one more metal source recording in there. Is that a cane? Would you like to come off? Are you going to be able to? Okay, cool.
How dare you assume his ability?
Well, I mean, he has a cane. I just had to ask. I'm Ryan.
Mojo.
Mojo. Nice to meet you. I like your shirt a lot. Would you please sit over here a little bit, just so that in the camera? Appreciate it. So it's made of metal, I assume. I got an interesting idea. Oh, perfect. There we go.
Yeah?
You got it. Perfect. And someone actually had an idea to use the pitcher. I think we should totally use that. Chris, because they're both metal. And this has water in it. Ooh. Isn't that crazy? All right. Okay. All right. What'd you say? Let's do the cane. Cane. Just hit it softly so we don't. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think that's going to be the one that we use most likely.
Yeah, that was good.
So we're going to get one more impact sound as well. So this impact sound is, I think we're going to use the whole crowd again. We're going to have everybody stomp their feet at the same time. So I'm going to go, and then you all stomp. Ready?
Hold on.
But this practice round. It's okay.
Oh yeah, practice first. It's hard.
Perfect. I heard some people stomping. Come on, guys. You ready?
Yep.
Cool. Oh yeah, right. I have to be part of this. My bad. Thank you, please. Yeah. Okay, that one we're gonna use somewhere. Awesome. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to this, Chris? No? Let's get you know what? Since we want to cover the frequency spectrum, I think we got some nice low metal sounds, but it's really hard to get metal sounds that ring out really nicely.
Ooh.
I just heard it, so come on up. Yeah, old cowbell. Yeah. What's your name?
Dewey.
Doey?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you.
For like the third time.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
The sacrifices you have to make.
The sacrifices you have to make for sound design. What time are we at? Let's see. We are at 9:52. So let's do like another couple minutes of source recording. And does anybody have any? Do we want to do another water sound maybe? Yes? Okay.
You guys got a spray bottle.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's white noise in the form of water. Yeah, let's do that. Come on up. Hi there, I'm Ryan. Jesus? Go ahead and, what is this first off that you're spraying? What? Is it just water? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In case you get the hot ear.
Sure. Sorry, I just wanted silence. Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, for all we know, Chris might not even be recording all of these. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Yeah. I found Chris outside.
I can't even hear.
Let's do one more white noise source recording. Does anybody have one? You raise your hand real fast. What is
Get
that?
super into it.
I mean, yeah, you know what?
The opposite of what you asked for.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what I asked for, but you have to come up now. How you doing?
Good, you?
Ryan.
Good meeting you, man.
Let's hear what it sounds like. Oh my God. No, it's okay.
No, it's great.
It's beautiful. He says, I'm so sorry.
None of this matters, man.
Now listen. All right.
That was wonderful, thank you. All right, let's get what's like the weirdest sounding thing in here? Halls, no. Did he point at Jacobson? Oh my goodness. Hold up, what is that? What kind of food is that? Yeah, okay.
To a good cause.
Let's give a round of applause. How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Evan?
Evan, nice to meet you.
Me too.
So you got sausage in here, cool. Can we see it?
If Jacob's card is in there, I'm fine.
If his card is in okay, yeah, let's just shake it around a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, what do we got here? Hold on.
It's like bratwurst.
Any of this stuff you feel like squishing in your hands? You don't
You know
have
what?
to-
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
And does anybody have a napkin for when he finishes squishing them in his hands? All right, yeah, Jacobson, come bring that up. That's fine. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Oh, business card, perfect. Appreciate that.
So you can just dunk your hand in that. In the
Oh,
water.
no, don't do that. All right, let's do a couple shakes first, and then we'll, yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Do like an aggressive shake, like up and down. Beautiful. And let's do another recording for that. And let's. Are you sure you want to do this smushing?
I have to now.
Okay, you're committed, I guess. All right, let's do it.
This is one take.
Would you mind flipping this the other way just so the crowd can see the beauty that's about to happen?
Yeah, we got to keep this in the.
Everyone, if you don't mind, just this is a master sausage here. Anywho,
I'm not quite sure how much.
or do you just want to eat it?
Are we gonna get mouth sounds?
I don't know. That was amazing. Thank you. Here's a couple business cards to help you wipe it off. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. Okay. All right, maybe one more weird sound. I think we can afford to do that. Whoever made that, sure, why not? Oh my goodness. This is gonna be the worst sound we've created ever. Well, it'll be
Thank you for that vote of confidence.
the worst best.
Best bet.
Was that your voice? Okay. I'm surprised you didn't answer with the sound. Thank you so much.
That's 2 duck sounds.
That's 2 duck sounds. Yeah. Bunch of gooses around here. All right. So, I think we're ready to start processing the sound effects. And to do this, we are going to do the most fun part of this panel, where I get to move the sounds onto the DAW session. Isn't that exciting, everybody? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Really, a standing applause isn't necessary. I really appreciate it.
Let's all sit in perfect silence and watch Ryan do this.
Hey!
Broke it. It only took 4 seconds to break the rule.
Okay. I'm sorry?
I think they're talking to each other, man.
Okay, so this is something I try at other PAXs. This is like the,
I think believe it's Paxi.
what did you say?
It's Paxi?
PAXI? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's the plural of PAX. So this is like probably our, I want to say like our 10th or 11th time doing this panel across PAX South, East, West, and Dev. And every single time I do this, I do the slow clap, but I also do a reverse slow clap. Can we try a reverse slow clap?
Oh, it's harder. It's real hard. Someone's got to set the pace.
I gotta say, this is like the worst slow clap I've heard. I'm sorry, guys. This is atrocious. This did not go very well at all. I love you all anyways, but come on, guys.
Does anybody have any questions or a book they would like to come up and read?
Actually, if anybody has any questions about sound design while I'm doing this, that's probably the best thing. Oh, please.
Honestly, that's a good question. I think they just got into a habit of giving each other their cards over and over until it became absurd.
Yes.
The end.
So that's literally what it was. I went up to my buddy Jacobson here, and I gave him too many cards. And then it just came into this whole battle. We were just at Gearbox, and there was a television that was showcasing the stage, and Jacobson went so far that he talked to the person that was up on the stage and said, "Hey, could you put this up on the back of the stage?" And lo and behold, yeah. He got me real good with showing me his business card in that way.
Yes. I saw a real question. Yes. Oh. This guy here is a fabulous Zoom H6. It is the top of the line for the Zoom microphones. It is what? $400?
$400, and then you can get the shotgun attachment for $150. It's the most versatile microphone you can possibly get if you are ready for sound recording. However, I will say that if you're going to be doing any sort of sound recording and you're just getting started, just use your phone microphone. Just use everything, use the most basic things possible until it limits you. That's my rule of thumb with any sort of sound design or anything really in general.
This thing's pretty sturdy. It's got 4 XLR ins and it's got a color screen and like the replaceable ends that you saw, this is the only one in the Zoom series that does that. I have an H4 and
I missed 26? Oh, maybe that's an important one. That's true. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it goes down to Zoom H1 and there's an H2 and they're much less expensive. They still have the stereo top, but they're not interchangeable and they're much smaller. And if you don't want to use your phone, it's a pretty good place to start for probably the least amount of money.
It was 26, right, that I was missing?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so first off, we're going to listen to these source recordings. Do you have
Great.
a mouse with you, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Do you mind while I move these in? This is loading very slowly for some reason. All right, so we're going to drag all these guys in. Oh, thank you. So we're going to drag all these in, and we are going to create a new track, and we're just going to listen to all of these right here. All good?
Maybe.
Okay. I think I have one in my bag too, actually, in the back.
Mine might still be.
Actually, I'm gonna remove all these tracks because I just realized that I want these on separate tracks just so that we can listen to them properly and move them along properly as well. Isn't this exciting, guys? Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's probably in the back, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
What? Oh, this is called Reaper.
that's what you want to use.
The Reaper is absolutely the best DAW you can get. That's okay. Let's move all these guys down here so we can have them on empty tracks. And let's start listening. So this is our first recording here. It's in there? Okay. So anyway, we have this one here. Go ahead. What is that? Oh, is that the music before? What was that? Was that you recording earlier today? Earlier, like?
How long is that?
I don't know.
I did a pass over at the floor earlier.
Huh, okay. Because they're impact sounds, they have a fast attack. Oh, that's me talking. Oh, there we go, thank you. That's me talking, so that's always exciting, right? We'll use that in here somewhere.
A little bit.
Let's see, let's listen to this again. Because they're impact sounds, they have a fast attack. Cool, let's reverse that and see what that sounds like.
It's a good thing it wasn't awful.
We'll use that somewhere. Let's listen to this guy here. So we can just do like one individual shake. Okay, that was the shaking water bottle earlier. That was the very first one. So we're gonna start with this guy and we're going to, let's see. 3 more times. Very good. So we're getting a little bit of noise on these. I'm gonna show you guys how to get rid of that noise though, somewhat quickly. There was a little bit of noise on that. I wonder why that happened. It must have been some sort of interference with the microphone maybe.
What, the room noise?
No, just the microphone, like a signal interference from my microphone that I was holding maybe. Could be.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Ryan from Blipsounds, and unfortunately the panel did not record our screen capture during the entire design process. So I'm just going to show off the layers that we had for the sound one by one. I know it's not ideal because it's not the real panel and whatnot, but hopefully you guys can get a little bit of an in-depth process here. So this is the good version of the sound. So it sounds pretty decent, all things considered, considering that we recorded in about 20 minutes and designed the entire sound in 15 minutes. And then we also had these sounds here. These are the sounds that we added in after the fact once we were pretty comfortable with our sound. So let's just start off here with our first sound, which is the water splashes. This recording got really messed up for some reason. I have no idea why. It sounds cool, but it's not optimal for what our recording setup is and all of that. So we tried to work around that as best we can, and just adding fades and all of that helped a lot. And fortunately, the rest of the sounds were able to mask some of that static sound that we have. But this sound was made from the water bottle, one of the very first sounds that we recorded. And it turned out pretty well, I think. And then we also just added a little bit of an EQ, cutting out the lower frequencies because the lower frequencies had a lot of room tone. So cutting that out helped get rid of that. This is what it sounded like without the low pass. It did help a little bit, and it's not too prominent now that I'm listening on headphones, but I remember in the panel room itself, it was pretty noisy.
And then it gets rid of some of that room tone that we heard before. Isn't that great? So now we're gonna go and get a metal source recording here. And I'm gonna move these over because it was kind of a pain to move them over.
Play them all at once.
Play them all at once?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy.
Nothing matters.
Perfect, that sounded
Ship
real
it.
good. Yeah, ship it. Thank you everyone for coming. Nah, for real though. So now we're gonna get, let's listen to this one. Okay, which one was that?
I thought it might have been the tuna.
Was that the tuna? That had to be the tuna. Yeah, that was the tuna. This one was, do that 3 more. Oh, this one, we already did this one, that's right. So I think I'm going to skip the tuna for the time being. I think I'm going to go straight to the business card.
Be nice.
You hear that? Those business cards are real nice. So these might work pretty well. I think I like definitely like the shushing sound effect was probably one of our best white noise sources.
I had two guys come up to the booth today,
Go ahead.
and one of them picked up the business card, and he was like, "Oh, this is really nice." And he turned to his friend, and he held it to him, and he was like, "This is really nice." And then they set it back and left.
And thus, that is the state of audio in the games industry. Thank you. So we're going to do something with these umbrella sounds, actually. These umbrella sounds are going to be really cool because we can use these as a reverse sound effect, and these will add a sort of an anticipatory sound effect.
I use this to create a whoosh sound, an anticipatory sound effect. And it worked out pretty well.
This was the stereo pair microphone. Okay, so that will work very well for the white noise, actually.
That was a lot of fun, and it's a pretty good source recording to get to fill out the frequency spectrum. It just really brings the sound together, and to show that off a little bit better, I'll play the sound without the white noise. And then this is what it sounds like with. It helps out quite a bit.
The reason that I'm taking 3 different instances of these sounds is because we want to have as much randomization as possible. So having something, and if we're doing something naturally, we want to get as much variation as possible in a sound effect because you're not actually making the same sound over and over again when you're walking down the street with your footsteps. It's going to be a different sound every single time that happens, basically. Okay, it's coming together a little bit better. I think we want to add the stomp sounds in there. That was not the stomp sound. There was also the metal sound. I think that we had
the
the metal sound from the water. That was actually a really good recording that
It
we had.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
We better be sure to use it because that poor man hurt his finger.
that is very true. And I'm very sorry. We also have to use the sausage.
That's true, yeah.
If we don't use the sausage, then this whole panel is to waste.
And it was a really good sound.
It sure
You
was.
heard it pop, and it was like,
Yeah. You guys didn't hear it, but you guys will hear it soon.
I was there.
You sure were.
Like in Nam.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know. You weren't there.
All these got stacked on top of each other
I
somehow.
see that. You know how to work that thing?
This mouse is very finicky.
You can swallow in there.
I love hearing people talk in these.
Oh, God, I thought that was someone talking to us through, like, the ceiling.
Oh,
I
no.
was like, what the hell?
That is not the case.
Forgot where I was for a minute. You have no one but yourself to blame.
What was that?
That's
again?
the styrofoam.
That actually sounds really
Yeah,
cool.
that styrofoam's a really great sound. That'd be great for floorboards if anybody's looking to creak some floorboards.
Where's the sausage sound then?
After it.
In the same recording?
Actually, no, it should have been a different recording.
Okay, so it's somewhere in there. We'll find it.
Yeah, maybe it's that 26 you missed earlier.
No, it'll be at the end, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
Cool. So we're going to use this for the metal pan low sound. So we're going to move this to be in sync. Let's listen to these first. Okay, that sounds pretty
Those
cool.
stomps, yeah, that's
Those
good.
are really good.
I'm telling you, man, it's going to be good. Even with the ducks.
I don't have faith in myself or this crowd. No, I'm kidding. You guys are all great.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks. So we're going to normalize these and add our fades to these, as we usually do. And let's listen to that. Okay, it's starting to come together a little bit more. And now all that we have to add is the duck sound.
Which one?
Obviously, all 3 of these at the same time.
Well, I figured because the girl also came up and did the duck voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she did do that. Yeah. Oh, there were 2 ducks. That's
Yeah.
right. So we're gonna take this one here, and we're gonna layer these to be in sync with every single splash of these.
I'm so excited. This
It's
is when
just-
things get good. This is the.
It's not, but this is where I lose my shame as a sound designer. Let's see. Let's add fades, and then let's do this whole thing here.
Here it comes.
Are you ready? Very well done.
Yep.
This one was definitely so weird that I have a hard time believing if they didn't bring this in intentionally, like ahead of time, because they knew what this panel was. I'm glad they brought it though, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, and obviously we just had to layer it in along with the rest of the sounds here for Nautilus's Riptide. It's almost like he's a goose himself.
That was wonderful.
There's a lot of excitement.
That was a lot of excitement. So let's get. Do we get the metals in there, by the way?
Not
No,
yet.
we need a metal source recording, and then we are pretty much done with this sound, I think. Maybe just a little bit of cleanup, but
Well, you have a couple of mandatories that still aren't in there yet.
oh, you mean like
Duck number 2
duck number 2
and the sausage.
and the sausage? Yeah. So we'll figure out a place to put those in. So we'll make sure that the sound sounds decent, and then we'll make it bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Because the first duck noise didn't do it.
right, no, like that's called quality. That's what I call quality. So we're gonna
Easter egg.
The Easter egg, right? This is the bad sound that makes it into the end of the game. It's a new skin. That's right.
Yes.
It's the new duck voice skin. Okay, that actually sounds pretty good. I think the one thing that I want to add to that is probably a pitch shifter to that. So you guys are going to get to hear something pretty cool. And I wasn't planning on adding this stuff right on the spot like this, but you guys are special because you guys gave me such good source recordings.
That's mostly true.
So this sound was the metal jug being hit with the cane. And all that we did is add a pitch shifter to pitch it downwards and added an EQ. And then as well, I decided to duplicate all of these sounds, except I got rid of the pitch shifter. And this kind of helped fill out the frequency spectrum a little bit. There we go. And without it, you can hear that it's kind of missing some sort of like glimmer effect to the sound itself.
So if we listen to the sound as it is before this sound is processed, and then I add this pitch shifter and lower the pitch by 12 semitones, it lowers the pitch of it. Can you believe it?
It's like what it says on the tin.
Right. It's like we meant to do it.
Yeah.
And let's listen here. Oh my goodness.
I
Do you
told
hear
you,
how
man.
much better that sounds? You guys hear that? Give a round of applause for yourself. Okay,
Now let's ruin this.
now let's ruin this. Okay, starting with ducks. Fantastic. And let's find some sort of laugh track in here. That's going in there for sure.
Yeah, eventually get to the point where you can look at a waveform and see what it probably is going to be just by the way it's shaped. Like burps are very unique in the way that they're shaped. It's true.
Oh man, I haven't recorded too many burps, but I'm glad you're
should give it a
experienced with that. Very well done. So there's a cool trick that we can do here, where we take this.
You can just play that whenever you say something. You don't need them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to try to be funny.
No.
You guys don't need to pity me anymore. I have a real laugh.
I've kept it.
So what I did here is I actually duplicated the sound multiple times and I layered it over each other. So it sounds like there's more of you. So we have a crowd of probably, I'm guessing it's probably like 200, 300 people here. Now there's 600. Great. Excellent. Very good.
So you can all leave too. Great.
We appreciate your laughter. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, please clap. So the only time
Everything works.
anybody has ever said that and they actually got a clap out of
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, we got to find the sausage sound
And the other duck.
and the other
I'm
duck.
really excited about that one. That's my favorite.
So we got 33. I think 33 might have been it, actually. I think it's right here. Shh.
Normalize it first.
There we go. That was it right there.
What is that?
This is the sausage.
Yeah. I told you it was good.
All right, I think that this deserves the most inopportune spot in this sound.
It's the sound that starts the animation. It's the interactive sound, the button push.
Oh, the button push of the yeah.
And then we have the sausage here. I forget who it was, but they smashed a sausage in their hand, and that was rather kind of them to do, and also very messy. It's not the first time that somebody has smashed food on stage.
Maybe right here.
There it is.
There we go. That's beautiful. Man, what a good sound. Am I right, guys? Thank you so much. All right, so I think how are we doing, enforcers? 10 minutes? Let's do some Q&A action. Can we get that
Missing a
going?
duck.
Oh, we're missing a duck? Do you guys want to hear the other duck?
Yeah.
Okay.
She came all the way up here
Yeah, a lot of people came up here.
from Albuquerque.
That was towards the end, right?
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. That was after the other duck, though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just want to get my ducks in a row here.
Get off this stage.
Thank you so much. It was a joke. Thank you.
It was like a joke. He's got it figured out.
I actually don't know which one it was. 'cause
I love it.
This was the sausage. Well, you could help me out, maybe.
Can you shout the duck noise the same way you did it before? Look for
Oh,
that.
it's this here.
There you go. I'm telling you.
That's incredible.
That's why I make the big buck. Because you start to recognize certain sounds.
I've just done this so much. I'm gonna speed it up too, so it's happening really fast.
Then we have the Donald Duck sound that person made. That's about the normal speed of it, but I decided to speed it up. And I decided to also play it on the individual hits or individual impacts of the sound effect. And then I boosted the higher frequencies because the higher frequencies, when you boost them, it'll help the sound come out above the rest of the sound effects so that you can hear it above everything else. So knowing that this is the most important part of the sound effect, I just naturally had to add it in there so that it would pierce through the rest of the sounds.
Well, this is what it sounds like when it's sped up fast. To be honest, that sounds like another water source recording, if I'm being honest. That could just be layered like here or something like that, and you'd believe it's water.
Would you?
No.
Very good.
Very good.
That duck is fighting mad.
That is that's probably one of the most terrifying source recordings we've gotten at one of
It's
these panels.
beautiful. People should make money for that noise.
Let's listen to those on their own first to really separate the flavor from the rest of the sound.
That's right. It's great.
Doesn't that sound really, really good? I think Riot Games would enjoy using this sound in their game. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We're going to do Q&A now.
Hooray for us and you.
Do we have a microphone up for Q&A or not? We have this one here. If anyone wants to set up a line up here along the rows. Should we just do one here, maybe? Three or four
Feel free
questions?
to shout.
Just come to Patrick with the microphone or wherever the microphone is if you have a
Go
question.
to Patrick.
Give a round of applause for Patrick.
Why?
When developing sounds for a video game, what do you do to give it a consistent feel throughout the game?
So, I mean, it just has to have planning from the beginning and then also just a consistent frequency spectrum, I would say. And there's a certain element to a game that we like to talk about, thematic sound design, as we mentioned earlier, that can be applied on a very specific and micro spectrum like we did here, but it can also be applied on a very broad spectrum. Akash the Car, who worked on Hyperlight Drifter, for example. What was the name of the studio? It was.
Oh boy.
I wish I could remember the name of the
I just saw
studio.
this the other day.
But it involves a heart condition that the main game developer actually had, and Akash the Car, to record most of the sounds or a lot of the sounds for the game, he used a microphone attached to a stethoscope. So he was able to sort of build the entire game around the thematic sound design element of using what you use to listen to the sound of a heart. And he used that throughout the entire game. So using just small elements like that can really help congeal all of your sounds together.
We actually have a podcast that goes over a lot of that stuff in more depth too, if anybody's interested in that.
Yeah, and
It's
also
called Blipcast. You can get it wherever podcasts are.
everything except the podcast is up here.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, we'll also be outside afterwards to
Yeah.
hang out and talk. So.
I was gonna say, if y'all are on the Discord as well, that's the best place.
Yeah, the Discord is probably the best place to get
yeah.
all kinds of stuff. There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Yeah, we have a monthly competition,
bunch of things.
and the Discord server is one of the most valuable things we have for sure. Feel free to join that. But yes, please.
If you create the sounds, do you have to be a sound technician as well?
One more time.
If you create the sounds, like if you're like finding the sounds and creating them, do you have to be able to do the computer sliding and the cutting and all?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on what your role is in the industry. I would say, like, if you're working at a studio or like a AAA, or if you're working independently in an independent studio, because if you're doing sound design alone, then you're going to have to do the whole process. Is that kind of the direction
Yeah,
you're
like
headed?
if you get up into like really higher AAA stuff, there can be people who have very, very niche jobs. Like I've heard of somebody whose entire job is to create rock textures for WoW, and that's it. But especially when you do indie stuff and you get really small teams, for the most part, the most division you'll see is sound designer, which is the recording and processing and everything we did here. And then there's an implementer who puts all of the sounds in the game through coding and stuff with Fmod and Wise and Unity and things like that. But you probably won't be able to divide it any further than that unless you get a whole bunch of people on one team.
For sure. Absolutely.
So besides conferences, what's the most fun you've had recording a sound?
Oh, right here, of course.
Besides
the yeah, but the most fun. I'll tell you my favorite story out there, but the second favorite is probably recording alligators.
I was gonna say, that's what I
actually,
thought you might say.
alligators. I was in a pit with like 30 alligators, and I was like tiptoeing over them. I just got in contact with alligator St. Augustine Alligator Farm in Florida. Shout out, and that's probably my most fun for sure.
Yearly, I go shoot media for the Oregon Trail Rally for a friend's website, and we get unrestricted media pass to shoot rally cars and stuff. So I just made my own little library of rally cars from, well inside next to the track and all that stuff. And I obviously don't really use it for anything, but the sounds are fantastic. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi. Do you guys have a favorite plugin? And if so, what's your favorite feature of that plugin?
I know what his answer is.
What is mine?
Resonant sweeping low pass filter?
Oh no, that's not my favorite. I'm very basic with my plugins for sure. Like all the plugins that I used in this were like free Reaper plugins. I'm very minimal with the tools that I use. That's a really tough question.
I tell you, I found a free distortion plugin called Camel Crusher that I find myself using a lot more than I ever thought I would. Anytime I need to distort something, it's the first place I go. It's got like 11 presets, and I use it all the time. It's great.
I think my QL Spaces is a really good one. It's a reverb. Serum. Actually, Serum's probably it's got to be Serum.
Yep.
Yeah, we just put out a video on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we
going
have
on
a
that.
video out on Friday on YouTube about it. Just as we have a new series going on where we take individual plugins and we just outline how they work and what they do.
Yeah.
We started with Serum, so
Yeah.
really good for. It's just a synth plugin for put stuff in, twist knobs, get thing out.
Absolutely. Everyone, thank you so much for coming. We will both be outside in about 2 minutes if you guys want to hang out and talk or whatever. And thank you so much for coming.